Look, let's stop playing games for a second and talk about that heavy, cold feeling in your chest when you walk into a room and feel invisible. You're at that age where society wants to cancel your masculinity, tuck you away in a corner, and tell you that your prime is a ghost of the past. You see these 20-something kids walking around with no direction, yet they get the eyes. While you, the man with the scars, the stories, and the bank account, get treated like a background character in your own damn life. But then it happens. You catch that one look from a girl half your age. A look that isn't about respect, it's about hunger. Your heart skips, but then the fear kicks in because you don't know the new rules of the jungle. You're terrified of looking like a creepy old guy, so you play it safe. You act like a nice guy, and you lose her before you even started. Fact is, she's already testing you. She's dropping heat-seeking missiles in the form of simple questions just to see if you're a king or a coward. If you keep fumbling these moments, your fire is going to go out for good. But if you want to reclaim your throne and understand the raw psychology of why she's really asking about your age or your status, then stay right where you are. We're going to peel back the skin on this game, no cap, and show you exactly how to handle the heat when she decides she wants you in her bed. You walk into a room and you feel it, don't you? That heavy, suffocating silence where you feel like a ghost in your own skin. You're at that age where the world wants to put you out to pasture, telling you that your prime is a ghost of the past, and that you should just settle for being a provider, a background character in someone else's movie. You see these young guys, these kids really, walking around with no direction, no scars, and no stories, yet they get the attention because they're fresh. But deep down, you know you've got something they'll never have: experience, weight, and a certain kind of darkness that only comes from surviving life's battles. Yet, when you see a young, beautiful woman looking your way, you freeze. You start doubting if you've still got it. You've been fed this lie that your age is a weakness, so you act thirsty, you overcompensate, and you end up looking like a clown instead of a king. This is why your views on life, and maybe even on this platform, have been dropping, because you lost that raw, masculine edge. You stopped being the prize and started being a fan. If you're tired of being invisible, if you're tired of feeling like your clock has run out, then listen close, because we're about to dismantle the games she plays to see if you're actually the man you pretend to be. Before we dive into the deep end of this psychological ocean, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Join this brotherhood of men who refuse to be mediocre, because the truth I'm about to drop isn't for the weak-hearted. The first moment she tests your frame is when she hits you with the age question. She'll look you dead in the eye, maybe with a little smirk, and ask, "So how old are you anyway?" Most men at this point start acting like they're being interrogated by the police. They stutter, they try to make a self-deprecating joke, or they straight up lie because they're ashamed of their years. No cap. That is the exact moment you lose her respect and any chance of intimacy. When she asks your age, she isn't looking for a number on a driver's license. She's looking for insecurity. She's checking to see if you're going to fold under the pressure of being older. She wants to know if you feel like you're getting away with something by talking to her. A high-value man, a man who knows his worth, looks at his age as his greatest asset. You've got the resources, the emotional stability, and the wisdom that these young boys can't even dream of. When she asks, don't give her a boring answer. You look her back with twice the intensity and say something like, "I'm old enough to give you the best night of your life, and young enough to make you forget everyone else." You don't justify, you don't explain, and you definitely don't act like it's a problem. Your age is your power. She is drawn to the contrast between her youth and your maturity. If you act like a boy, she'll treat you like a son. If you act like a king, she'll treat you like a master. Own every gray hair, every wrinkle, because those are your battle scars, and in her eyes, they represent a man who knows how to lead. Then comes the second question, the one that's designed to see if you're a lonely loser or a man of high demand. Do you have a girlfriend or a wife? Now listen, because this is where most nice guys finish last. They think honesty means being pathetic. They say, "No, I've been single for 3 years, just waiting for someone like you." Straight up, that is a death sentence for attraction. You just told her that no other woman wants you, so why should she? On the flip side, don't lie and say you're a playboy if you're not. The secret is pre-selection. Women are biologically wired to want men that other women are already vetting. When she asks about your status, she's checking your market value. You want to answer in a way that shows you have options, but you're extremely selective. Tell her something like, "My life is very full right now, and I don't let just anyone into my personal space. I'm still deciding if you're a distraction or an addition." You just flipped the script, brother. Now she's the one who has to prove herself to you. You're not the one chasing. You're the one choosing. This creates a psychological tension where she feels the need to win you over. She's used to guys her age begging for a text back, and here you are, a grown man who is totally comfortable being alone because your standards are through the roof. That's the main character energy that pulls a younger woman in like a magnet. The third and most dangerous question she'll drop when she's considering sleeping with you is, "What are you looking for?" This is the ultimate intention filter. She wants to see if you're going to lie to her just to get her into bed, or if you're a man who is honest about his desires. Most older men get scared here. They think if they say they want something casual, she'll leave, so they lie and talk about finding their soulmate or seeing where it goes in a weak, passive tone. She sees right through that cap. Younger women are smarter than you think. They can smell a lie from a mile away. If you tell her you're looking for a serious relationship just to please her, she knows you're a simp who will do anything for her validation. The truth is, she wants a man who is direct, a man who isn't afraid of his own sexuality. You look at her and say, "I'm looking for a real connection, great energy, and zero drama. I like to let things develop naturally without putting a label on it 5 minutes in." This shows leadership. It shows you're not desperate for a commitment, but you're also not a mindless predator. You're a man who values his peace. By being vague but firm, you keep the mystery alive. Mystery is the fuel of attraction. Once she thinks she has you figured out, the chase is over and she'll get bored. Keep her guessing, keep her reaching for your approval, and never hand over your power just because she's pretty. What you need to understand is that the attraction between a younger woman and an older man isn't about daddy issues or money. Those are just tropes the media uses to shame you. It's about polarity. These young women are surrounded by feminized boys who are afraid to lead, afraid to speak their minds, and obsessed with their social media presence. When you walk in with a stoic silence, a deep voice, and the ability to look her in the eyes without flinching, you are providing a masculine groundedness that her soul craves. She wants to be led. She wants to feel like she can surrender her control to a man who is stronger than her. But the moment you start acting like her fan, liking all her Instagram photos, or texting her, "Good morning, beautiful," every day, you destroy that polarity. You become just another boy in a 50-year-old body. You have to maintain that distance. You have to be the mountain that doesn't move just because she's blowing a little wind. This is why your previous scripts might have failed. They were probably too safe, too much like a lecture. People don't want a lecture. They want the raw, unfiltered truth that makes them feel something. They want to be told that they can still be the apex predator in the dating jungle if they just fix their mindset. Finally, brother, let's talk about the boundary test. This isn't a direct question, but it's a question of your character. She will flake on you. She will act bratty. Or she will try to see how much she can get away with. This is her asking, "Are you strong enough to handle me?" If you let it slide because she's hot, you're finished. A high-value older man has boundaries of steel. If she cancels a date last minute without a valid reason, you don't get angry, you don't double text, you just go silent. You show her that your time is the most valuable resource you have, and if she wastes it, she loses access to you. This is what makes a woman obsessed. She needs to know that you are willing to walk away at any moment if your standards aren't met. Nothing is more attractive to a woman than a man who doesn't need her. When you master these 3 questions and this mindset, you don't have to worry about views or status or competition. You become the prize that everyone is looking for. You become the man that other men envy and women desire. Now, take this knowledge, get out of your head, and start acting like the king you were born to be. The world is yours for the taking, but only if you have the balls to claim it. The world is designed to make you soft, brother. It wants you to settle for the crumbs while the boys play in the yard. But you're not a boy. You're a man who has survived enough winters to know that power isn't given, it's taken. These 3 questions, they aren't just words, they are the gates to her respect and her intimacy. If you fold, you stay invisible. If you stand tall and answer with that cold, masculine certainty, you become the prize she's been hunting for her entire life. Stop chasing, start attracting. If this raw truth hit you where it hurts, then you belong here with us. Hit that subscribe button and join the brotherhood of men who refuse to be forgotten. We don't do safe here, we do results. Go out there, hold your frame, and remind the world exactly what a mature man is capable of. Stay sharp, stay dangerous, and never, ever let them see you sweat. We're out.